If you did come across this video, I am assuming that you are somebody who is trying to get into fashion, relatively new to it, and you kind of just don't know where to start. I want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not making this video to be that type of person that's holding your hand, trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't wear, yada yada, right? That's not the point of this video. But it's more like tips to help somebody who is trying to get into the fashion scene but just don't really know where to start. Because there's a plethora of things out there where you can step your foot in, but you know, it's always good to start small, to start somewhere. So for those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Rocco. I am making this as sort of my first YouTube channel. I do have another channel. It's more like a personal channel, but I used to vlog on there. I don't really vlog on there no more. So I kind of made this channel strictly for fashion. Style that I did come across when I got into the fashion scene was actually streetwear. I actually got into streetwear. That is basically the style that resonates with me the most. I'm not really wearing streetwear right now. I'm just wearing regular jeans, a black tee, and fitted hat. But when I make my outfits and stuff, it is strictly that streetwear stuff. And yeah, I have a freaking sticky note for notes to make sure I get some points across. And honestly, I'm not sure this would really be in chronological order. I think it makes sense if it would be. So I would say the first thing that I feel like is relatively important is more of an internal thing. And what I mean by internal is you need to know who you are as a person. Essentially, you need to know your personality. You need to know the things you like and that you don't like. Fashion, of course, is a form of art. Although it doesn't give people an exact, complete copy and paste identity of who you are, how you dress and how you portray yourself outside to the public can give people an idea of that. It might not be the whole thing, but it might give people an idea of that. So if I were to give y'all just a straightforward example, let's say you're somebody who always be going to the gym, or somebody who into athletics, doing some form of sports, extracurricular sports and whatnot. If you're seeing somebody who always wearing that type of attire, you can probably get that idea that they's somebody who into that type of fashion, into that type of stuff. If I were to give you my example, sometimes the stuff that I be wearing compared to the stuff that I used to wear, because the stuff I used to wear was just straight butt, like it was bad. I might post up videos of or pictures on the screen of what I used to wear versus the stuff I wear now. Complete total opposite. I noticed that the stuff that I used to wear before didn't resonate with my personality. I wasn't free about it. I wasn't expressive about it. Where I'm like, okay, I need to start dressing more of self-expression. And that's kind of the streetwear that it landed on now. You know what I'm saying? Your personality has some reflection on the type of fashion that you wear. Of course, it's not gonna be, like I said, it's not gonna be the direct thing, but you gotta understand that when human interactions occur, the first thing that happens is you are seeing somebody for their physique, whether it's their actual physical body or the way that they dress. You are seeing that stuff. Knowing your personality is also gonna reflect that in the way that you dress, in the way that you got your style. You the streetwear kid, you like streetwear. You're the one that love the Y2K, you go the Y2K route. You somebody who love the business casual, go the business casual route. So I'd say that's the first thing. You gotta really dig deep into your own personality, knowing your likes and your dislikes. And essentially that will kind of give you the idea on, where you would start when it comes to creating your style. Second thing is you need to know your body proportion. Damn, I got a freaking fly in my face, bro. I'm finna whack this thing, boy. Anyway. Now, whether you on the bigger side or whether you on the skinnier side, you still need to know your body proportion. That's very important because when I was first getting into my streetwear, my fashion, I noticed that I got short legs, but I got a longer torso. It makes my body proportion look funny when I wear clothes that basically go against that, right? When you view fashion as an art, the art needs to essentially look good on you when you wear it too, right? Like if you look at simple fashion shows, when you look at like couture and things that, for example, Robert One does, I mean, his outfits they just be popping. But you can see that the body proportion, it makes sense to the person who wearing it. Simple, and that applies to any type of style and any type of fashion. You gotta know your proportions and the proportions of who is wearing said outfit, who is wearing said clothes. But you just gotta know that your body plays a part in your style too. It's not just you see clothes on the internet and you're like, boom, I'm gonna get them and they're gonna work well with me. Maybe they might not even work well with you at all. You gotta know the type of fits and styles that some clothes have, right? If you were to go to H&M, if you were to go to Zara, and it's funny because I am probably gonna make videos about H&M and Zara too. If you go to clothing stores like that, commercial clothing stores, you will notice that some of the tags that they got on the clothes will say, they will say slim, they will say oversized, they will say regular. Now, if we're talking about jeans and pants, it's the same idea, right? You will have stuff that will say baggy. You'll have stuff that'll say slim, skinny, balloon, and all this, you know, big bloated stuff or really tight, slim stuff. That also plays a part in knowing your body proportion too. If you're wearing a type of style of a specific piece of clothing and it doesn't fit your body proportion, then you might look off, right? If you're somebody who's really skinny wearing these big old wide pants, again, if that's the look you're going for, cool. You gotta still make sure that it fits you, right? You don't want to look like, bro, I'm thinking of that SpongeBob picture where it's like SpongeBob wearing them big old black squeaky boots. It's like you're wearing Balenciaga boots, them big old Balenciaga boots. It's like the same thing. But again, if that's the look you're really going for, go ahead. I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do. You need to really pay attention to your body proportion because that makes a difference. The third thing I do have is, and it kind of ties to the second part with knowing your body proportion, you need to experiment a lot. You need to experiment with color. You need to, you know, like knowing the color wheel is a really good idea. Is a really good thing to get into. When you see fashion the way you see it is as like a color wheel, you will know what colors work well and what don't. And then the experimental part is knowing if those colors were good on you or not. Another thing is, and again, I was kind of mentioning this in the other point, was knowing specific fits. And I'm not talking about outfits, I'm talking about fits on your body. Like, how do certain clothes fit on your body? Does it match your proportion? Does it make your proportion look horrible? Does it make your legs look long and then your torso look short? Does this beanie make your head look like you taller or make your height look taller than it really is? Stuff like that, right? You got to experiment with that type of stuff too. Materials, experimenting with a lot of materials is probably another big point too, because materials can, like, you can see there's fashion stuff nowadays where people be making stuff out of everything. Obviously you got the leather that's been there for a while, right? If you like in the cowboy era, you know, they got the leather boots, the leather cowboy boots. You somebody who wants to experiment more with like cotton material or flexible expanding material. Even some stuff I have in my wardrobe, I got like crocodile skin, fur, I got mohair, and it's things that, you know, I experimented with, the things that I genuinely like when it comes to what I wear. There's an experimental factor to that too, that you got to pay attention to, because shoot, I was on Pinterest the other day and I seen I don't know if it was an advertisement or I just seen a regular picture, but there was somebody who made a beanie out of jeans. Like, they cut the back pocket out of jeans and they basically stitched it up to make it a beanie. I'm like, bro, beanies out of jeans is freaking crazy. Like, there's an infinite possibility out there, so you gotta go ahead and try it. Shoot, would I try it? I probably would. The freaking rhinestone crap, because you see I got rhinestones on my hat, right? Ah, man, even with rhinestones, you can experiment with rhinestones and people gonna hate you because they think it's feminine. Freaking, bro, we're not even gonna get into that topic, bro. I'm gonna just brush that topic to the side, because fashion people, if you're really into fashion, you know that it's a form of self-expression. It don't matter if there's a trend going on, if there's no trend going on, bro. You still gonna wear the same stuff you gonna wear. Because look, you got them people wearing the rhinestone stuff. Nobody had a problem with it back then. Now they got a problem with it now. You can't win against social media, man, I'm telling you. So that's why always dress for yourself. That's one tip I say, always dress for yourself and just don't dress for nobody. The last thing that is important when it comes to finding your style is, if you've already reached this point where I've spoken about the first three, right? Where you need to know your personality, you need to know your body proportion and experiment with colors, materials, and different fits. If you've already come to this point, you should already have a general idea of what you kind of want to create in a way, right? And this is kind of the stage when you pretty much don't really have a lot of the pieces yet that you really want, but you are kind of, you know, slowly going into that stage where, yeah, you will buy pieces that you see that you genuinely would like. The fourth point is inspiration. Now, I'm saying inspiration ain't a bad thing. I say inspiration is not a bad thing because let's say there are people out there, and again, everybody's fashion taste is different, but let's say there are really people out there that have already made outfits or have already, you know, been exposed to that type of fashion that you so desire, that you so fell in love with. It does not hurt to get inspiration from that. With like streetwear and the fashion that's going on in streetwear, man, there's so much ways you can get inspiration, because in streetwear it's kind of freeform. You just do whatever the heck you want without a care. Maybe there are some people out there that have already done that type of outfit and you kind of just need their inspiration to make sure that, okay, is what I'm thinking about actually good? Now again, it might look good on them, shoot, it might not even look good on you. But if you've already come to this stage, you should already have a realization, oh yeah, this stuff already will look good on me. You should already have that imagination in your head, that vision to where if I were to put that stuff on, I know I can make it work for me, right? And that's why inspiration is a big part, because it's like they're basically putting on the outfit for you without you even putting it on. From there, you know, you get to figure out, oh, How can I maybe add my little own twist to this? How can I switch this up a little bit? How can I maybe play around with the color here and there? So you don't got to exactly copy and paste somebody's outfit that you see, but it's good that you do get inspiration because it shows you that maybe the style that you fall in love with is possible. Like, it is out there. In all honesty, I feel like fashion should not be a copy and paste type of thing. The genre in of itself, kind of an idea, like that copy and paste stuff. But in all actuality, it should not really be a whole copy and paste thing. Because there'd be some people out there that be wearing the exact same fit. The only thing that probably changes is just the socks they wear. Sometimes there are people out there that really do got that copy and paste outfit, and that kind of defeats the point of fashion because it's supposed to be self-expressive. You know, them folks that dress the way they want to dress, you could tell when they know it's self-expression. You can kind of tell because they just don't care, right? You could tell they don't give a dang, they don't give a rat's. I'm not gonna say that word, but they don't care. Right? And that's what makes it so interesting and so fun, right? Y'all, these are my 4 starting tips, starting guidelines, I say, that can help somebody get into fashion. Now, of course, you don't have to fall into streetwear, right? You might just be somebody who falls in love with a certain type of fashion that might not even resonate with me. That's what I mean by I'm not here to hold your hand and teach you how to dress. I'm here to just tell you, you know, some things that might even be some psychological, some physical, some things that you got to pay attention to when it comes to making your own style. But one thing I will say before I do end this video, please create a style, please dress up in a way where you like it, right? Don't follow these trends. Don't, honestly, if you really want to do listen to some people, you can, like some fashion content creators, but please dress up for yourself, right? Dress up for yourself, dress up to show people your personality, stuff that you like. Show them your self-expression towards fashion is a representation of who you are, not what media is telling you, right? That's why I keep emphasizing in this video, I'm not here to hold your hand and tell you, you got to wear this hat, you got to wear this material, you got to wear these pants, you got to wear this style, you got to have this color. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that you got to experiment and find your own thing, because again, everybody who is watching this, you know, video from behind their screen, that they are not me and I am not them. You have to know that. That kind of ties into, you know, this whole fashion dilemma, and I might even go into another video about that too, but this whole fashion thing is kind of getting obstructed because of certain stuff that's going on in the world, certain stuff that's going on in the economy, yada yada. But that's a whole different topic, and that's why I constantly stress that dress for yourself and find stuff that really works best for you. With that being said, as your boy Rocco, you know, the little streetwear punk that you say. So I know some of y'all, hey, my IRL folks, or not even my IRL folks, but people that just know me even before I start getting into this YouTube stuff, hey, y'all know I am that fashion punk. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, yeah? Peace.